Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to another video about cosmetics in Team Fortress 2. This time we're going to be running down 5 of the nicest items that previously were unboxed in unusual form that cannot be unboxed in unusual form anymore. Whether this be due to the fact they've just been taken out of crates or whether it's a glitched item, we're going to be running down 5 of them. For this video I won't actually be using SFM just due to the fact that I'm not really too sure if it makes a huge difference. Obviously in my previous list videos I kind of have a SFM render of each of the items. If you guys prefer it with or without the SFM, do let me know down below because I'm still a bit undecided on which method I should use, because this one's a bit more straight to the point. You just see what the sprite of the image is. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the 5th item on the list. So coming in at number 5 guys, we actually have the hazmat head case. This used to be a Pyro exclusive misc, but since it's been taken out of crates, it's actually available to be worn by the sniper as well. It's a misc as I mentioned, which means it can be worn with any other unusual hat, and it's fairly expensive. Only 95 unusual hazmat head cases exist, and they range from around 67 keys all the way up to above 1000, all dependent on the effect. So next up on the list we have quite possibly one of the most famous and well respected miscs in the Team Fortress 2 community, being the No Mercy. The No Mercy is a spy exclusive misc. It covers the whole sort of face region of the spy and is a kind of devil mask. It has horns and it has sort of big teeth, and just covers your whole spy's face. And this thing is so expensive to buy. I mean, the average price for this is near 700 keys. There's 101 in existence, and once again, all of them are first and potentially second gen effects, ranging from at the minimum of 240 keys all the way up to 2000. The No Mercy itself was also discontinued along with the hazmat head case. I believe they've both been taken out of crates since maybe 2011 or 2012. It must have been 2012, because none of them have any sort of 3rd gen effects or anything like that on, so that's pretty strong evidence to suggest that the hats were discontinued. Nevertheless, a No Mercy is a really cool cosmetic, and due to how limited it is, I guess that's why it does sort of cost so much, because you can also get the Lapati Phantom for the spy with exactly the same effects for a mere fraction of the price. Very nice looking cosmetic nonetheless though. So in the midway spot on the list at number 3 we have the Coffin Kit. The Coffin Kit once again was discontinued from crates ages ago. Like, it's one of the most crazy, like, god tier unusuals in existence right now. The average price for a Coffin Kit in any unusual effect is 1,589 keys, making it the 2nd most expensive unusual in existence, which is closely rivaled by another item that's going to appear on the list shortly. The Coffin Kit is a Pyro exclusive cosmetic which goes on the back, so kind of like a backpack, and I believe it's an old Halloween item. The prices range from 283 keys all the way up to 2,850. The cool thing about the Coffin Kit is the effect doesn't actually hover or like orbit the player's head like most other unusual cosmetics in the game. This actually orbits or hovers above the Coffin Kit itself. So for example, if you comboed it with like a 2 Stormy 13ths, one Stormy 13th would be above the Coffin Kit and one would be above the head, which I think is really dope personally. It allows you to sort of make like different combinations with your unusual effects. Nonetheless though, an unusual Coffin Kit is desired by just about every trader in Team Fortress 2 and is definitely an awesome item. So in number 2 we actually have one of the most peculiar unusuals, I'd say, in the Team Fortress 2 community right now, along with the other ones that are going to be featured in the number 1 spot. This is a very strange one. In number 2 we have the Sleeveless Siberia. This could also be replicated with the Hunter Heavy as well, as both of them follow very similar stories. The Sleeveless in Siberia is essentially a coat for the Heavy. It's just a fur jacket, as the name would suggest, without sleeves. However, in the end of the line update, when the unusuals and the crates were released with the new effects, Valve messed up. They accidentally added unusual effects for a short amount of time to be unboxed on both the Sleeveless in Siberia and the Hunter Heavy, meaning they could be unboxed in unusual form. 4 Sleeveless in Siberias were unboxed, one of each effect, and honestly, I think it's really cool. Very similar to the Coffin Kit, the effect would actually hover or orbit around the Heavy's torso or chest region wherever the effect was placed, and this was patched extremely quickly, which explains why there's only 6 Sleeveless in Siberias in unusual form that have ever been unboxed, and 7 Hunter Heavies, so that's very peculiar, and I just think it's really cool. Like, even though there's so limited and not really a huge amount in existence, it's just awesome. And if I ever got my hands on one of these, I mean, I'd definitely keep it for a while, because it's likely that you'll probably find a collector to pay a very generous amount if you owned one. So, coming in at number 1 on the list, we have the unusual Cold Front Curb Stompers. The Cold Front Curb Stompers are fingerless gloves and boots for the soldier, which of course are paintable. These were added in the end of the line update also, which explains why they were only available to be unboxed in unusual form for as little as 2 days. According to backpack.tf, there are 5 of these in existence, however only 3 of them are actually recorded, being 1 Molten Mallard one and 2 Death at Dusk ones. The average price for this is 1,750 keys, and this is due to the fact only one of the 2 recorded effects are actually priced. Regardless though, the unusual effect, very similar to the Sleeveless in Siberia, would orbit around the feet, I suppose, or maybe even the hands of the soldier, and I mean, it's fairly obvious Valve didn't want these to be in unusual form. I mean, that's why they fixed the patch so quickly, but regardless though, I think it's pretty cool. I always thought it would be really cool if Valve maybe messed up like this again. Like, I mean, it's very similar to the Killstreak Kits bug that they did, where Killstreak Kits could be applied to any item. It seems with a lot of these big updates recently, they have had some sort of bug released that has influenced trading in some way. So now we've got Spec KS Max's heads and things like that, and a few unusual miscs that really shouldn't exist. Regardless though, I think it's really cool. The Cold Front Curb Stompers are a pretty nice misc. They're not too noticeable, but I'm sure when you have a duck floating around them, they will become much more noticeable. But that's just about it for this list video, guys. If you did enjoy, please remember to leave a like and let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and peace.